So cells are connected by three different types of junction points. And these junctions are in animal tissues. They let cells communicate with each other and act as one unit or one tissue type by having these connections. If cells were all sort of little compartments that didn't have the ability to talk or communicate or work together, basically we wouldn't be able to be this really complex structure that we are now. So some cells, the first one is called tight junctions. They're cell membranes that are really closely knit together, and they basically make it so cells can sort of attach to each other. So cell number one will tightly hold to cell number two. The next one would be anchor junctions, cells that sort of hold each other together, and they allow for a bit of stretching, so cell A and B can move a little bit. So these are going to be seen in like skin and muscle, where you're going to see these types of stretching and pulling that you wouldn't really see in a kidney cell. Gap junctions, these are these little holes that you're seeing right over here. They let small particles pass from one cell to another, so they can share things like sugars and water and things like that. The cytoplasm from one cell to the other are connected, and they allow ions to flow from one area to another. So when we talk about these ions that help move muscles in Anatomy 201, if you ever take that class, we'll talk about how they're shared from cell to cell and basically make these muscles contract and move. If we were to go ahead and look at just the plant cell itself, they have this thicker wall on the outside, and they're called a cell wall. They're made of cellulose, which is a carbohydrate, which is just a sugar that they make, and it gives them that sort of sturdy structure. It's rigid. This is one of those things that cellulose, it's hard for the digestive system to break down. That's why, like cows, because they eat grass, which is mostly cellulose, they have three chambers in their stomach, and they basically keep kind of regurgitating it and taking another shot at breaking that sugar down so they can actually consume it. And then what the cell uses that cellulose for, of course, is cell support and cell protection. They do connect in some certain areas, and these channels in the cell wall allow for circulatory system and communication between one cell to the other, so they can talk and share sugars and things like that. If we look, here is a plant cell, and you could see that we could see these little tiny openings, and this is these proteins that they're sharing material with one to the other. Here's a quick breakdown of all the parts that we've sort of talked about and what they are definition-wise, and then the key concepts.